Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Senores y senores, live! It's time!
It is time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome into the ActionLab Sports Channel. We are live on a Sunday night, chilling with you guys, talking some sports, talking some playoffs. We have some updates. We have NBA, NHL happening as we speak. So we're going to talk about that. My name is Chris. This is Scotty. We are your hosts with the mosts, and we will be your entertainment for the evening. Welcome in. How we doing, Scotty?
Doing pretty good, Chris. I mean, obviously in Denver, yesterday was a big night. I don't know. I never looked it up, but that has to be the first time we've had game sevens with our two teams occurring at the same time in a dramatic fashion. One went our way, Chris.
Yep.
One looked like it was going our way. It's almost like the Nuggets mojo was helping the Avs, and the Nuggets game ended, and then everything went awry for the Avs. The Nuggets should have just played another 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And the Avs probably would have won.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, 1,000%. And it was, I want to say I saw like a meme of you're a big Marvel guy, right? You're a Marvel. You watched all the movies.
I like the movies, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get into like comic books, but yeah.
Yeah, totally. And so, you know, the one of the storylines in Marvel, especially the Infinity series, was when the stone where you had to sacrifice somebody. What was the Soul Stone? And he asked, did the Nuggets win Game 7? And then Thanos is like, yes. And then you ask, what did it cost?
What did it cost?
And Thanos says 4 goals in 1 period. Yeah, that's what it cost.
Well, it was just 3, but yes.
Yeah, or 3. Yeah, 3.
Well, I guess no,
well,
it was 4. I forgot the empty netter, which
empty. Yeah, but the 3.
It was 4 though.
Yeah, well, the 3 definitely. You knew. I looked over and I told everybody that I told my wife that I was watching the game with. The minute if they tie it, we're gonna lose this game. If they tie it at 2-2, we're gonna lose. And sure enough, that's just the way the Avs have been playing down the stretches of games. Either they're winning by a lot and they just close them out by 4 goals and it's done, or it's a close game that they somehow find a way to lose. And that's just been the series in a nutshell, basically.
The Avs just lost a series in which they were ahead in the third period of 6 of the 7 games. And they lost the series.
Yeah.
That's almost impossible.
I've also, is this the 7th or 6th straight season, or not, 7th or 6th time where they've lost a game? Or
we don't win game 7.
We don't win game 7.
I think it's
not
like
straight
4 in a row, maybe.
Yeah,
4
yeah.
in a row, maybe. Not consecutive years.
Not consecutive, but yeah, it's
I think it's like
crazy.
4 or 5 consecutive game 7s that have not. And the Stars coach, which is just a fluke because I hate that guy. DeBoer, I could punch in the face. He's like 9-0 in game 7s over his career.
Yeah,
it's like stupid. It doesn't make any sense. He should have lost last night, but it is what it is. We got our Nuggies. You're rocking your Nugs gear.
I got all the Nugs gear tonight. We're celebrating,
you put on your NBA championship shirt
because that's what's going to happen this year.
That's what's happening. That's where they're headed.
It's right. I mean,
they got the Clippers out of the way. That was the only team in their path, Chris. The Thunder, are they good? No,
Thunder ain't good.
Who do they have? Nobody.
It's pretty much a done deal. I don't know why we're even. It's all formalities. Like we have to go through this series, I guess. But I guess we might as well play it. We're gonna win it anyway.
Yeah.
No
doubt.
Welcome in, everybody. Riley Rex said, "Fuck these guys. It's playoffs, game 7, overtime." But yeah, I guess we're chopped liver
right now.
We're chopped liver over here.
That's borderline trade. I mean, that's traitor. I mean, he's a traitor.
Is this the same?
He's competing against us right now.
We
should fire him.
Fire his ass. He's definitely banned.
Well, now you're banned.
And then also, I mean, what happens to employees when they find out, like on social media, it's like, oh, I'm sick today. And you find out they went to the baseball game because they posted all over their social media, you know? I mean,
he done fucked up.
We got to hold people accountable here.
Messed up.
Yeah.
He has messed up.
Yeah.
Hockey's dead to me now, so.
Yeah, I guess. I hope you guys enjoyed hockey coverage because
I will also be clear. This is the Jets versus the Blues game 7. This is the most inconsequential series maybe out there. Neither of these teams are going anywhere.
It's true. It's true.
The winner. Well, the Avs would have just dominated the winner. I don't want to think about it, Chris.
I'm telling you, it's. I hope. I was gonna say. I hope you guys enjoyed all the hockey talk because it ended with the Avs loss the other night.
Hockey season has concluded.
It is officially over. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of what you want to watch.
Our Stanley Cup final prediction. Both teams were eliminated in the first round.
Yeah.
I hate you, hockey. I hate you so much.
What's up, everybody? Unknown. What's up? It's been a while. What's good? Hey,
what's up, Unknown?
How are we doing? It's been a minute. The Steelers got the steal of the draft. Will Howard, Rookie of the Year as an undrafted free agent, says Keith.
It's hard to be Rookie of the Year when you don't play a snap. Is that ever occurred?
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, this is also Keep Close also said Bronny was going to be.
Will Howard's not an NFL quarterback. Sorry. Sorry. He's just not.
Name a better Steelers quarterback than Will Howard. I mean, you could.
Me.
Sign me to a deal. Yeah.
They're not playing Will Howard. They're not. You actually think Mike Tomlin's going to play Will Howard this year? Then you're out of your mind. Even if he's the best quarterback in camp, it won't matter. He will not play Will Howard. We know Mike Tomlin.
I mean,
He's conservative.
What's going on with? Are we still waiting on old Roger?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers will probably be a Steeler eventually. They're just dancing around right now. You know, little flirtation, little hard to get by both sides. But keep close. Stop. Please don't bring up Will Howard right now. What are we doing? That dude just threw jump balls to the best wide receiver in college football who happened to be a freshman.
By the way, speaking of Aaron Rodgers, I guess rumors that he got married? Like, wait,
no, I didn't
what?
See that.
I literally Googled Aaron Rodgers news to see where things are at with the Steelers and things. And all of a sudden I see Aaron Rodgers sparks rumors he got married after wearing a ring on that finger. And then another one,
You're right. He got married a couple weeks ago, and now the latest headline is they are divorced.
I mean, I don't know.
It didn't work. They gave it their best shot, Chris. It just didn't work out.
He did say, I'm looking at this. He did say that on the Pat McAfee show, he's off the market in December when he revealed that he was dating a woman named Brittany.
Britney Spears?
It's whoever spelled. This is a very unique spelling of Brittany. Brittani. Brittany.
Oh, that marriage isn't working.
The only Brittany that comes up is Brittany Louise Taylor. Who's that? No, it's not her. I don't know. But he might be married. He might be off the market.
May God have mercy on her soul.
That's a Houston spelling. Yeah, I don't know.
Do you think there was a prenup?
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I would be concerned of his decision making if he didn't have one. Aaron Rodgers is AARP eligible. Here's hoping Rodgers retires and dunks on the Steelers. I mean,
I don't know how would he. Well, dunks just by not going there. I think it'd be a better dunk if he went there. Dude's trash.
he's cooked. Let's just put it that way.
You want me to ruin you, Steelers? You want Tomlin's record of never having a below 500 record to go into jeopardy? Bring me in and give me $20 million. Let's do this.
Let's see. I'm trying to see any other if I could go down any other wormholes. I mean, I don't know why, but I mean, I'm just curious now. But who spells Brittany that way? It's really strange. All right. Well, there's that. It's not Britney Spears though. Not Britney Spears. So clear that up.
It's not how you spell Brittany's name. Who is Aaron Rodgers' girlfriend, Brittany? Let's find out.
See, we do all the investigative work here for you guys, just so you know, just so you guys are aware that we're putting in the hard work here. By the way, there's also, speaking of playoffs. I mean,
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
Not the
You kidding
Avs.
me?
The Avs
Playoffs?
aren't talking about playoffs anymore. We have Houston and Golden State in a game 7. 63-60. Golden State up with 2:41 left in the third quarter. So the winner of that game, obviously, is going to move on and play the resting Minnesota Timberwolves, who finished off their series with the Los Angeles Lakers already. But
I said when this series was 3-1, I'm like, I don't think it's over. I think Houston has a shot. And here we are.
Houston.
Game 7, 3-point shot. It's not really because I think Houston's good. It's more that I think both these teams aren't very good.
No.
And by that, I mean playoff standard wise. I think Minnesota will roll either one of these teams.
Agreed.
They will.
Agreed. I think
so. All Denver has to do is beat OKC, then their nemesis that they never beat in Minnesota, and then probably Boston to win the title, Chris. Easy road.
It's
easy road.
It's crazy to think that I almost fear Minnesota just as much, if not maybe a little more, than OKC. Like OKC, we've split with and we've had success with in the regular season. Minnesota, we've been getting boat raced for 2 years, and it hasn't been close. Like it hasn't really been great for the Denver Nuggets. Would you rather have playoff Harden or Jalen Green? Jalen Green still has a career ahead of him.
Yeah.
Playoff Harden. By the way, we said that stat the other day of 26 playoff appearances where he's had more turnovers than field goals made. That went to 27 after Game 7. It's just it's wild. And there was, by the way, I think there was 50. It was split down the middle. I heard this stat too. 55 and 56. The amount of playoff appearances where he's scored more than 5 field goals in a game, or less than 5 field goals in a game. In a playoff game.
Say that again.
It was he has like 55 career playoff appearances where he's scored less than 5 baskets. And he's got like 57 where he's scored more than 5. So it's a 50-50 shot that he's not going to show up in the playoffs. But then also you add that turnovers to field goals made stat. It's just James Harden is what he is. It is what it is at this point. He melted away in that game like he always does.
He played a great Game 6, and then Game 7, he was gone. I mean, Chris, I'm still, and I'm sure we'll dive into it more, but I'm still taken aback by, I mean, the Nuggets were up what?
They were up 35 like at one point.
No, well, I mean, at half, it was what, like an 8, 9, 10-point game, something like that?
Yeah, it was an 8-point game.
And then all of a sudden, like, just got boat raced. The game was over within 4 minutes of the second half, basically. Like, they just took them to the woodshed, and yeah, it got up to a 35-point game eventually. And they cut it to, like, stupidly. I mean, it ended at 19. It wasn't that close. That game was not close.
No, if you were watching that game and you saw the end score, you were like, man, they got blown out by, they didn't play well. They got blown out by around 20. It was worse than that. It was much, much worse than that. It was probably the most dominating third quarter that the Nuggets have had all season long. I mean, it was a boat race in the third quarter, and they never looked back. It was crazy. That game,
yeah,
it was crazy.
Yes, sir.
No,
and now we already had we have a Game 7 going on where we had a conference semifinal game already occur this afternoon, though. Your, Chris, Cleveland Cavaliers losing at home.
It's weird.
To the Indiana Pacers.
I was actually pretty surprised. I was surprised. Well,
those are your Cleveland Cavaliers.
They'll be fine. I think they'll still come back and be fine in that series. But I will say, how many days off were the Cleveland Cavaliers? Because this is important. Because they swept their opening series, right?
You're using this for the Nuggets.
I'm curious because the Nuggets just came off a hard-fought playoff run against a really good team in the Clippers. Clippers, by the way, third best defense this season in the NBA. The Nuggets had an offensive rating of 124. So the Nuggets, against a really good defense, found a way to come away with a victory given how good their defense was. Now, OKC Thunder have a top 5 defense as well. They're like, I think they are 5th or something, I think, in defense. Somewhere in there. They were bouncing up and down. So it gives me some good vibes. But again, Cleveland's been sitting for a little bit. The the OKC Thunder have been sitting. They swept their opening round series against the Grizzlies. They've been sitting, just chilling, not in that competitive, fiery zone of what playoff basketball is. I don't know. I like the flow. I like
ban that guy in the chat. Whoever that just made a chat, ban him.
Rex banned, by the way.
Well, now you're back.
He's not coming back. Just taking his time and watching. By the way, he's going to be gone for like 2 more hours because those overtime intermissions that I'm so fired up about keep going on and on and on.
At least we didn't have to deal with that last night.
Oh my gosh. Just put us out of our misery early.
13 minutes of the third period. Up 2-0 with 13 minutes to go and just
Keep close as playoff green. Playoff Harden makes others worse around him. I feel like this is really really worded way of explaining this.
Your stat on Harden, and then he's like, essentially, he's ass half the time. I'm like,
basically he's ass half the time. Keep close as Halliburton is very good. I've known Halliburton is good. He's been streaky in the regular season, but he's been playing some good playoff basketball.
Chris, I still refuse. I refuse. Not Halliburton. I'm fine with Halliburton. Whatever. No, this is about the Cavs actually. Halliburton's. I mean, we did see in the Olympics, like, they wouldn't even play that guy. They wouldn't even play him.
I mean, it's a stacked roster.
Yeah. I refuse to believe that Cleveland is some sort of historically dominant team when I list off this starting 5 of Sam Merrill, Max Strus, Donovan Mitchell, Jared Allen, and Evan Mobley. Like, that's not remotely. I think the Nuggets have a way better starting 5 than that.
Yeah.
Way better.
I mean, I picked Boston to come out of the East.
Backcourt sucks. Max Strus and Sam Merrill?
They
really?
Yeah.
And Donovan Mitchell, again, can't be the best player in your team if you want to win in the playoffs. It's been proven time and time and time again. And to be clear, I don't think the Pacers are very good. I think they're fine. I think they're pretty. I think they might win this series, Chris. Now, Cleveland missed a ton of 3-pointers in this game, and maybe that's a rust factor. Maybe that's the rust factor the Nuggets need, is just missed shots from the Thunder, because the Thunder are gonna be obviously rested. The rust has to come in where, like, they just can't find the basket, right? Which is kind of, I mean, Donovan Mitchell went 1 of 11 from 3 today. Not great, Donovan Mitchell. I got an ESPN headline after the game notification that said, "Oh, despite Donovan Mitchell going for 30+ points, the Cavs lose to the Pacers in game 1." I'm like, oh, so Donovan went off. He went 1 of 11 from 3. ESPN. 13 of 30 from the field. What are we doing? Who's writing these headlines on these notifications? Just an intern?
Well, what's weird is, like, Indiana Pacers are middle of the pack defensively. Like, you shouldn't be struggling that much against Minnesota. I mean, to Indiana to that extent. And again, maybe it's rust. Maybe it's they had a lot of time off and they just haven't, like, had like that level and that speed of competition in a minute. I mean, and again, that's why I keep coming back to the OKC Thunder. They, like, the Grizzlies weren't trying in that series. The Grizzlies were basically just a team that it's like a college team in the grand scheme of, like, an NBA franchise. And so you didn't get challenged by the Grizzlies, and you had all this time off. You haven't had an intense game whatsoever. They came back from a big deficit in that OKC against the Grizzlies. So I guess you can count that for a quick second, but they weren't challenged whatsoever. And so I don't know, maybe there is something to some of these top teams having a little bit of time off, not being at the speed and the pace of what these other teams have been dealt with in these other series. I don't know, but the Indiana Pacers, I mean, they're like 10th offensively, 15th defensively.
I mean,
against
the Pacers.
I don't.
The difference with the Nuggets and Pacers is the Pacers were also rested for this game. They won their series in 5 against the Bucks.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the Nuggets who have to play 2 days later after a 7-game series.
True.
A little different there because the Pacers won their series in 5.
Cleveland reminds me a lot of the Hayward era Jazz. I'm in a dark fucking place.
Glad I have y'all. Yeah, Storchio. That it was fun to have kind of 2 game 7s going on, and obviously the excitement. And then I'm like, Nuggets won, Avs are up 2-0. This is the best night ever. And then it almost was like I couldn't even enjoy the Nuggets win.
Yeah,
I couldn't even enjoy the Nuggets win because the Avs just choked.
It was a sour note on what was a great day, and I was really disappointed. Like, you just went to bed feeling kind of as coming off the high, you feel empty, and it sucked. And what made it worse about the Avalanche was how they lost, Scotty. It was how they lost with Mikko Rantanen coming in, getting a hat trick against the team that traded him mid-season, and getting revenge as a team that didn't play. I mean, he had a terrible first half of the series. Mikko didn't show up until about halfway through. And all of a sudden, he's the savior and the hero, and we're sitting here like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? So it was
Storchio. Bednar is about to get fired. He might. I don't know. He's been there for forever. If they, I wouldn't be surprised if they pulled the trigger. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. I have no idea what the thought process is there, but the Avs were the more talented team.
True.
Healthier team. True. Better team, and lost this series. And it's just not a good look. Not a good look. Agreed.
And we'll talk maybe on our next show. By the way, next show will be Thursday. I will be traveling, so we will not have a show Wednesday night, guys. So just a heads up, guys, hit that follow button so you know when we do go live in case you miss these types of announcements. But we will be live Thursday night. I'll try to convince Scotty to come on with me Thursday night since we're not doing Wednesday. We'll see. And we'll have maybe a community night. And it also depends on, so Nuggets play Monday, Wednesday, so they'll be off Thursday.
Yep.
So we'll have maybe a community night. We'll talk some sports. We'll do some fun things on Thursday. So just a heads up there. Programming update. Breaking news. But we'll talk a little bit about what the Avs... I mean, the Avs are still pretty locked in with with a lot of the players on that roster, if I'm not mistaken. And I got to take a look at inventory of maybe who won't be coming back. I think EJ, Eric Johnson, who we just brought in,
he didn't play.
He didn't play much, but I mean, I don't know if he's kind of on the fence, and maybe a couple other players. But otherwise, the Avs are basically bringing back a majority of this roster for another year. So I don't know what they're going to do to change things up. They made a swing at the trade deadline this year. Didn't necessarily pan out the way they wanted to, and now they got to figure it out.
And I like the goaltending certainly improved from the start of the year, right? They made some trades, improved the goaltending situation, but in the grand scheme of things, Blackwood was not. It's not like he did anything super wrong, but you need your goaltender to save you at times. And I don't feel like he ever saved them.
No.
He never made some miraculous save. He never took over a game where you're just not scoring today. I think he got outplayed by Ottinger for sure in that series. And that was probably the biggest difference in that series is Jake Ottinger was better than Mackenzie Blackwood, despite the Avalanche being better. Storchio says there's a lot of free agents, Chris. So
I don't know. At least maybe I heard something else. Let me see. Let's see. Avalanche.
I don't know with some of the guys they brought in. I can look this up.
Let's see. Colorado Avalanche. Here we go. Projected cap space, $8.7 million. They have a 4th and a 7th draft picks.
I mean, they're bringing back a lot of the main pieces, it looks like. By the way, Cale Makar might be the biggest to blame in this series. Like, just an awful series from Cale Makar. You're supposed to be the best defenseman in the world, and you look just like a guy out there. Just like another guy. It wasn't good enough. Taves wasn't great.
Taves, we didn't mention his name at all, really, in this series.
Cale didn't score. Cale scored an empty netter in game 6.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. But beyond that, and not to mention last night, he was the one who ended up starting the comeback with Avs are on a power play up 2-0. He has a great opportunity to score on a slap shot at the top, and he breaks his stick. Because of that, loses a stick, forced to trip a guy to get a penalty. The Stars score on that, and that's what catapulted everything that happened.
Yeah.
As Cale apparently isn't aware of how long his stick is. I'm aware of mine. It's long.
I mean, just saying. It's
Can't break your stick there, man.
Can't just you gotta keep that thing intact. By the way, Riley asked about Landeskog. Landeskog, he has a chance to return. The problem with that is, well, I mean, it's a good thing and a bad thing, right? It's great to have Captain back, but $7 million cap hit can't be moved to long-term injured reserve to create financial response flexibility like he has in years past. So he's an expensive player, and is he with everything that? I mean, did you see enough of him? Is the question in the playoffs to where you think he's going to be able to contribute over the course of a full season and be as good as you think he could be at a $7 million cap hit? Like, that's the thing that you got to wonder is, I love his locker room, like what he is to that locker room. But from a production standpoint, do you expect him to live up to that $7 million cap hit that I don't know.
It looks like the main unrestricted, you got Brock Nelson, Jonathan Drouin. Those are the two. Really, that's just I mean, there's other guys, but not anyone consequential at all outside of, and Drouin's, not super consequential. Brock Nelson brought over at the trade deadline. Other than that, you're right. They're mostly intact.
Yeah. They have a really good chance. I think, honestly, they could run it back next year. I don't know. Blackwood, I feel, did a pretty good job this year, but this series left a bad taste in your mouth that kind of left you thinking, do you want, like, it leaves a bad enough taste in your mouth over a 7-game series that kind of nullifies all the good stuff he did all season long. You're just like, you need it when it actually matters in the playoffs. So,
yeah. And again, he wasn't bad in this series, but he didn't elevate to greatness like you need to have in the playoffs from your goaltender.
Reckoning in the chat, thoughts on this game possibly going to 3 overtimes. I don't give an F. Rec, it's the Winnipeg Jets and St. Louis Blues. Okay. Is anybody watching? These teams aren't in contention for a Stanley Cup. They're not. He's talking, yeah, Jets and Blues, which, by the way, again, you're going to be watching forever because those intermissions are ridiculous.
I like that we got he purposely did a lurk to just get this automated thanks, Breck, for continuing to support the stream. He's not supporting the stream.
No,
he's streaming himself right now. Our own mod is trying to compete with us. I hope you're the only viewer, Rec.
Yeah.
I don't actually care, but
yeah, appreciate you being here, Rec.
Yeah.
We got Golden State and Houston on the screen here. 75. Well, at least I'm
a little separation.
Yeah.
77-68.
Yeah. So I think this is going to come down to the wire. This will be a solid game. Definitely, Scotty, I was looking at our playoff bracket for the NBA. We've only missed one series, and it was the Minnesota one so far. We got all the rest right.
I should have known better in that one too. I should have known
we should have. We let the media, the national narrative get to us, Scotty.
I can't remember. Did we have Golden State or Houston?
We had Houston. We picked Houston to win this series.
I was like, yeah,
We went out on a limb and we were like, the young Houston team, well-coached young Houston team, are going to give this old Golden State team a run for their money, and they'll win this series.
Although, ironically, the best player right now for the Houston Rockets is old man Fred VanVleet.
Fred VanVleet, all of a sudden, he was awful at certain stretches of this season. He couldn't hit a three to save his life. I think Fred VanVleet, at one point early in the season, was shooting like 22% from three-point range. All of a sudden, he was saving it. He's turned things around here. He's been unbelievable over the last couple games, keeping them in. And so, shout out to Fred VanVleet. You never see it coming. But let me see. Hold on. Let me NBA playoff challenge. I'm gonna bring it up here. We'll take a look at it and see. We're by the way in the 97.5 percentile as our ActionLab bracket. Scotty,
let's go. Should be 100, but
should be
97.5 is not bad. Riley, Scotty, I can assure you I'm still watching this shit show. Yeah, watch away, Riley. Enjoy it. It's playoff hockey. It's a game 7 overtime. I get that. Storchio, do you have someone you can talk to? Because you are in a dark place. You're right. You are in a very, very dark place right now.
Storchio. I know it's a bad spot. I know, but McCarr, McKinnon.
Let's not panic too much. McKinnon's pretty good. McKinnon he scored 7 goals in this series. It's hard to hate on McKinnon.
Storchio's like, I don't want nothing to do. I mean, Storchio, at this point, you could probably take your energy and put it just liking another team, just disowning the Avs and just being a fan of another fan base, of another franchise. Just
take your energy elsewhere. It's not healthy with the Avs right now.
I know.
You're not in a good place. I was so mad last night. I let my son stay up and watch with me, and he's like, I think Dad got a little too. That second goal will piss me off for forever.
I'm telling you.
Second goal, we just retreated as if we were, Thanos was coming at us, and it was just Mikko Rantanen against 3 of our defenders, and they all just retreated, and we're like, "Come on in!" And then it went off Sam Girard's. I think it was Girard's skate. Yeah, that second goal,
and I'll tell you what
will haunt me for forever.
I'll tell you what. There were some very, very lucky rolls for the Stars in this series. Like that wraparound goal off of the skate. Like it felt like it was just meant to like bounce the Stars' way. Going back to game 6 when game 5 when there was those 2 random, one crazy angle, and then the other one, the puck just pops up and bounces off of Blackwood's back. Like, just stuff like that you don't see very often. And so there was just some lucky rolls. I will say.
Yeah, Avs got a lucky one in game 6.
I will say, though.
Certainly.
The Avs could not get a power play goal to save their lives.
Their power play sucked.
They were better 5-on-5 or down. They scored a short-handed goal last night.
Yeah, but then they gave up 2 power play goals last night.
Like, their special teams, defensively and offensively on the penalty, is
not good at all. And the difference was the Stars extended their coverage in the power play. They would actually pressure the guys up top. The Avs just sat in a like little diamond within 12 feet of the goal, and they could do whatever they want elsewhere, and they were too comfortable. And I just don't understand. And that's why, like, I'm not a hockey expert, Chris. I don't pretend to be. But, like, it's obvious to me watching, like, Bednar needed to tell his players on the penalty kill to get more aggressive. Don't let them comfortable in the zone. Don't let them just sit around and pass and do whatever they want. Like, it was not. I think that is the biggest coaching blunder to me, was actually our penalty kill. Our power play sucked, but that might be on, a part was Dallas, part was just we couldn't get it going. But our penalty kill just allowed them to do whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
Way too comfortable. Put pressure on them. Force them to make a great play. Don't just hand them the opportunity to make it. Force them to make it. Because the Dallas Stars, 5-on-5, weren't close to as good as the Colorado Avalanche. They weren't.
Nope. Yeah. It was just super disappointing. And it is what it is. Mikko Rantanen comes in and puts the Avs away with the hat trick, and it's just it's you couldn't ask for a worse situation or worse way to lose that series. It's just crazy. So either way, we still got the Nuggets. We're still rocking and rolling with the Denver Nuggets into the next round. It's going to be an uphill battle, but I mean, we could talk about that too. We're watching this. We're talking about some of the other games.
What's the line for game one of the Nugs?
It was 9.5 last time I looked.
9.5.
Which I like the Nuggets, actually.
Of course you do.
I think they split.
What do you mean, actually? Nobody's surprised by that.
I think the Nuggets can split in OKC. And I expect them to. I guess we could.
9.5 is a large number, but also, I mean, tomorrow could go one or two ways. It could go the way that you say, where like the Thunder, because they didn't have great competition and they haven't played in a while, are rusty, or you could see the Thunder rested and come out and play great, and the Nuggets look tired as hell because they only have one day off in between series. I don't know which way it goes. I think it's more likely the latter, Chris, unfortunately. I think it's more likely the Nuggets look tired tomorrow and just not ready. Just need more rest before, a rested Thunder team that dominates does their thing. But
yeah, it's going to be interesting. And
you know what I found interesting about the Nuggets series? The Nuggets, what makes me the most confident about the Nuggets moving forward is they won this series not in spite, but Jokic was not Jokic. Jokic was missing shots that he normally makes. Jokic did not, especially shooting wise. Let's just say shooting wise. Everything else was normal Jokic, great distributor, rebounder, all that stuff. Shot making wise,
not great.
Jokic,
this was one
especially like the last few games, was not good. And in spite of that, the Nuggets were still good. That's a good sign to me.
1,000%. And you could make an argument that this is one of Jokic's worst series that he's had in the playoffs in recent memory. Even going back to his early days when they were new to the playoffs, getting bounced in the first round. But I mean, there's a lot of things to like about him getting on track with. I mean, the differences between Zubac and what he's going to be going up against here in this series, he's going to be more comfortable posting up in this series. He averaged
for sure
10 post-ups across every team in the NBA all season long. OKC, he averaged 15 across 4 games. And he was really good in those games, generally, in getting what he wants against Chet and old Hartenstein. Like, I think he's going to have a lot more of a impact from that standpoint in this series than he did against Zubac and like how Zubac guarded him against them in the Clippers in the post. So it might change how he plays and play makes as well. So it'll be a fascinating series. Let's see. By the way, real quick, going back, last thing on hockey, Riley writes, I love that the 3 years I've known you guys, you've become hockey people. Makes me happy. Remember back in the day when we didn't talk any hockey and we were just like, yeah, sure. We'll talk about it like one show a year.
I'm always a hockey guy when the Avs are in
it. Exactly. But we have watched a little bit more. We're more in tune with some of the trends and some of the different things going on, right? So
I might have a greater understanding than a lot of people that watch hockey. Just by watching it, maybe because I don't know better, honestly. And everyone's like, "No, you're wrong. Like this is how you're supposed to play it." And I'm like, "Well, that doesn't make sense. Maybe someone should fix that because how the Avs played their penalty kill was complete garbage."
Yeah.
Similar to what Jimmy Butler just did on this court, where he just got in the way of Van Fleet on a turnover, and now they're trying to like call it a intentional foul where he just flailed to the ground. Now the Warriors are going to win this game because the Rockets can't score. I mean, we got 3 and a half left, and the Rockets have 74 points.
Yeah.
This is similar to what was that game 1 where the Rockets are in over their heads. Golden State's going to pull this out, and then they might get swept. They might win a game. Though I think Minnesota in 5 against the Warriors. And to be honest, I'll be cheering for the Warriors because as a Nuggets fan, I'd much rather play the Warriors.
The path to the NBA Finals would be a lot easier with the Warriors beating the Timberwolves. That would be, but if you're trying to go the most impactful route, the most difficult, and what's going to put your name in the top echelon playoff runs of all time, you would want to go through the Clippers, the OKC Thunder, and the Timberwolves, which that would be a gauntlet. and then not only that, most likely the Celtics on the back end of that. No rest there. That would be an all-time run.
Yeah.
If the Nuggets could do something like that. I'm definitely hoping the Clipper or the Warriors win.
Dear Cole, look at you guys going past the Thunder. Yeah, we've already eliminated the Thunder. Does anyone think the Thunder have a chance in that series?
Not ESPN. ESPN puts out all of their tallies of all their experts. 9 for OKC, 0 for Denver.
Well, wasn't it like, I think they had more. It was like 8-2 with the Clippers.
The Clippers, yeah.
It was 8 for the Clippers and 2 for the Nuggets or something like that. In the first round. So ESPN experts actually might suck.
ESPN experts haven't been good. They picked the Lakers across the board outside of like one person. They picked the Clippers outside of 2 people. They've been consistently wrong. It's because they're suckling at the teat of the Los Angeles market is what they're doing. That's all that is.
Are they doing that now for the Oklahoma City market?
Yeah, basically.
It's a big market, Chris. I lived in Oklahoma City for a stretch of years. Super big market. Gotta have those eyeballs.
There's a lot of good storylines though. You got the Westbrook return, obviously OKC, he was there for a long time. The biggest notable storyline is the MVP race, which will go to Shea. But you have Jokic and Shea going head to head. Putting everything to bed there, the opportunity to beat Shea in a 7-game series.
I'm hoping they just don't, because it's the playoffs, they allow more physicality and Shea just doesn't live at the charity stripe. I'm hopeful.
Well, we saw we saw a lot of this in the Clippers series with James Harden. You know how James Harden gets these calls in the regular season. he was not getting calls across a couple of these games. The games that he struggled in, they were not blowing the whistle, and especially yesterday, where he was doing the foul grifting. He maybe only got one of those foul grifting calls, and that's exactly what Shea loves to do. And so that's one of the little things I'll be looking at for the OKC Thunder series is the fact that if they call this series similarly to how they called the Clippers series from a let the guys play physical, I think that leans a little bit more towards Denver because Jokic was getting murdered under the basket at times and there was no calls. He had 2 free throws 2 games ago when he was getting destroyed under the basket, slapped, jumped on, and that was just the way they called it. If they do that with this OKC series, I would be fascinated to see how Shea can actually get into, get his points.
I think for the Nuggets to win the series, they have to shoot remarkably well from 3. And specifically in 4 games. 4 games, they have to be very, very good for the 3-point line. With MPJ, with Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon at time, Christian Brown, Jokic, all of those guys, Westbrook, need to shoot effectively from 3 for the Nuggets to have a shot. And it'll be interesting to see. But you're right. Like I think the Thunder certainly wanted to see the Clippers more than the Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the Thunder are clearly favorites and should be, and we're a great team this year. So Nuggets can maybe pull that "no one believes in us" card, I guess.
Try the chip on the shoulder. No one's. I mean, no one's picking them. Everyone's. I mean, Stephen A. Smith, all the major networks. Everyone's got OKC. Everyone's got them. So back against the wall.
0, despite the best player on the court being on the other team. It's interesting. It's interesting.
Yes. And
couldn't get one expert to just take a risk, take a chance.
And
why are we paying these people to just be like, well, they're the better seed. We'll pick them.
It's concerning to know that like so many people in this country watch ESPN. And they're wrong so much.
I mean, and they were obviously wrong with the Nuggets in the first round. Then the Clippers went 18-3 down the stretch, and then just went 3-4 against the Nuggets. So it's not like the Nuggets are some walkover.
No,
I'm doing everything I can to talk myself into believing the Nuggets, and I'm just gonna get my heart broken. Right, Chris?
No,
it's gonna break my heart.
I mean, you know me. I'm the eternal Nuggets optimist, and
very much so. Unless it's like they'll still win, but you'll bet against them as heavy home favorites against a bad team.
Yeah,
that's
it's
only thing you bet. But you're still betting on them to win, so it's not even. Yeah. I don't think you've ever gone to a game and thought the Nuggets were going to lose.
Again, when it comes to a regular season game against the Hornets on a Tuesday night. And the Nuggets are favored by 13. I'll sprinkle a little money line on the Hornets. I mean, just to make a little cash because those games are probably going to be closer because that's how the Nuggets play. But I'll tell you here is my prediction from my heart and from my head. Here's my prediction for the OKC Denver series. Which one do you want first? My heart or my head?
Let's do heart because I think we know what that is.
My heart tells me in a best case scenario situation that I can see Nuggets coming out of the gates physical like they did in these last couple of games with the Clippers. Just rolling on the momentum that they have. Christian Brown's hitting threes. You got Michael Porter Jr. He's a wild card for me. I don't know what he's going to be an interesting one. But Aaron Gordon's been playing good basketball. Murray, if he can continue to elevate his game, and then Jokic obviously had a bad series, he gets any better, like we were talking about, I can see the Nuggets stealing a game from OKC in these first couple games. And I can see my best case scenario for the Nuggets in this series, Nuggets in 6.
Okay. Where's the head?
Where's head is OKC in 7. OKC in 7.
OKC in 7.
Yes. I think this goes along.
I thought you might have gone like 5.
No. I think I don't know. I mean, OKC split the season series. We all know that the Nuggets have played them terribly in a couple games, but they've also boat raced. I mean, they put up 140 on a top 5 defense in the last meeting of the season with OKC. So the Nuggets have the ceiling to offensively to hang with any team, including OKC. We saw them absolutely. 123 rating against the number 3 defense in the Clippers. They could do that against OKC. So I do think that there's a blueprint where the Nuggets, let's just say I wouldn't be surprised if they won the series. Like just at a low key level. But
I'm looking at their matchups, and they played a lot. They played a couple times early.
Mm-hmm.
They played actually to open the season was against the Thunder. Thunder won easily by 15 in that one. They played 2 weeks later on November 6th, and the Nuggets won by 2 in that one. So those were very early on in the year, split there. And then they played back-to-back in March at Oklahoma City, both games. Losing by 24 in the first game and then winning by 13 in that second game. So I don't know what you get from that, to be honest. Super interesting. I'm looking just at the generic. When we lost to them 127-103 on that Sunday in March, that first game, Michael Porter Jr. was the leading scorer in that game with 24, which tells me in that game, Oklahoma City had everyone going, right? No one carried that team. No one even got 24 points for that team, and they put up a $127. Let me look at this box score here.
I mean, Jamal, if I'm not mistaken, had decent series.
That was apparently when I look at the Nuggets schedule, they highlight the Nuggets leading scorer. I'm mistaken. Shea went for 40 in that game. Jalen Williams had 26. Actually, not a lot. I mean, that was 66 of their. The rest of their starters went for like 32 combined. So,
I mean, Jamal.
That was a Shea game.
Jamal Murray in the 2 wins. Well, actually, no. In the last win, he had like 34. I think he had 34 points or something in that last game. And he didn't play in the other win against Oklahoma City, the 24-21-22. He didn't play in that game. He was out that game. So
my favorite Jamal Murray stat is when he got 40 the other night in game 5. That was his 6th time going 40 plus in the playoffs, which equals the amount of times he's gone for 40 plus in his career in the regular season. Just wild. Oh, we have a final. Rec might join us. We have a final,
and we have a final in this game too.
We have a final for both games. I was actually talking about the hockey. The Warriors, I knew was over. The Winnipeg Jets have the number 1 seed, the President's Trophy winner, has to fight tooth and nail, score at the last second to even get it to overtime in Game 7, and win in double OT eliminating the St. Louis Blues. Congrats to Winnipeg. What else does Winnipeg have going for them? You know, like
not much.
Congrats to those fans.
Yeah, congrats to Winnipeg. You have a Canadian team still in the mix.
How many people are in Winnipeg, and why are they there? I hear it's cold. I hear it's miserable. Why do people live there?
That's a good question. I don't know if I have an answer for you, but there's gotta. I don't know. You're. That's a great question.
Yeah,
it's a great question.
So they needed this. Although I would also argue, why do people live in St. Louis? I don't know if you've ever been there, Chris, but it's a shithole. It's a shithole.
It's got some challenges. We can leave it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, couple things. Kind of comparing East and West. So you're looking at this is another thing that I disagree with a little bit with the both East and West series, and I'm focusing in on the Boston, New York, and the Denver, OKC, because obviously the 1 seeds coming in, and the higher seeds coming in some of these series. Now Boston minus 820 over the New York Knicks, and the Nuggets minus 9 the Nuggets are OKC's minus 900. So you're saying these are 2 similar series, right? In the fact that OKC against Denver and then the Knicks against Boston. Now, I disagree with this in the aspect of I think the Denver Nuggets are a lot closer to OKC than the New York Knicks are to Boston. So to have these both series very similar in how the betting odds are right now, it's kind of perplexing. Which is why I think the value you're getting almost a little over 6-1 on Denver Nuggets in the series and the betting. That's probably some of the best value you get in the NBA playoffs currently on both sides of these conferences in these series. It's going to be maybe a little sprinkle.
We'll see. It happens quick. Both those series start tomorrow.
Fast turnaround.
Boston, New York, and Denver, OKC begin tomorrow night. So yeah, for both New York and Denver, that's a quick turnaround. Other teams rested. We'll see how that plays out. It's Chris. It's a long shot for Denver. That's just what it is. OKC's a better filled out roster, but are they great yet? They haven't proven to be great in the playoffs. They haven't done anything.
No.
I think they won a series last year when they were also a great regular season team and then flamed out. So we'll see. If you want the championship pedigree, that's on Denver's side.
Yeah.
So we got to just rest on that because OKC in the regular season was a far better team than the Denver Nuggets.
And I stand by. I still continue to stand by. I do not think OKC will win the NBA championship this year. I'm standing by it. I've said it since the beginning of the season. I said it halfway through. I said it at the end of the season as we were getting ready for the playoffs. I just don't think that they are going to win the championship. Whether they lose to Denver, whether they lose to the Boston Celtics in the championship is what I've predicted and what we predicted on this show. I just don't believe that a young team like that is going to have this much success this early. And if they are, they prove me wrong. We'll come back and we'll say, yeah, I was completely wrong. But I do not think that they're going to win the NBA title this year. So just my hunch, just my vibe on them. Rec is finally in the house. What's up, Rec? Yeah, I think you finally outlasted all the intermissions of a series that no one's going to care about in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Is that how he raids? The Reckoning crew is here? The
Wrecking.
wrecking crew.
The wrecking crew.
Yeah.
is here.
Yeah,
Okay.
y'all got the lab rats. I got the wrecking crew.
Because for us, he always does what Action Lab is testing
Testing
the
this
stream or whatever.
channel.
Yes.
So, also too,
Congrats to the Jets.
yeah, congrats, Jets.
Something you never thought you'd ever say in your life.
Typically, having the team name of Jets in general hasn't worked out.
hasn't
Whether it's
been a
NHL,
great
NFL. Just not a good omen.
That was a
Gotta go
wild
back
game.
to good old Namath in Super Bowl III for it to work out.
We do have
Quick
what's up, Rec?
quick trivia. The original Winnipeg Jets, what team are they now?
Is he talking? I don't hear him.
I hear him.
It's like,
Oh, that's weird. I don't hear him at all.
Oh, you might have to
You should leave and come back.
leave and come back.
I think
Rec.
I know. No, I think. Well, no. Hold on. I don't want to hear him talk, Rec.
what's up?
Now I hear him.
Oh.
I knew what I had to do. For some reason, I have to click back on that window.
Oh.
On my browser for some reason, and then I can hear him, which maybe I shouldn't have done. But
Now-
here he is.
Mistakes were made.
Here he is.
Mistakes were
But
made.
yeah, that was a wild game. 3-1
No.
with 2 minutes to go.
Choke. A worse choke from the Blue. Thank you, Blues, for choking worse than the Avs did.
Yeah,
It
that's
doesn't
true.
help me. It actually doesn't make me feel any better, but
Yeah.
And we're actually disappointed, Rec, because we said now that the Avs are done, that's the last time we're talking
We're
NHL
not-
hockey.
we're not
The
even
rest of this.
talking
No,
So I hope you enjoyed all the hockey
is
talk
dead.
because we are not talking hockey for the rest of this season until the next season starts. So enjoy it while it lasted. Congrats.
Right.
That's it.
Riley, Scotty's disappointed. Now I hear him. Is going to live in my head rent free.
I mean, you have liked the stream. I kept talking about the possibility of 2, 3, 4, 20 overtimes, and nobody was happy with me with that.
Yeah. Well, is anyone ever happy with you, Rick?
Yes.
I'm not. I'm not happy with you, Rick. You competed against our stream.
I wasn't
You
meant
even-
to be a competition.
You even did a self promo on our Discord channel while
Hey,
our stream was going live.
it was supposed to end, but the Blues would not cooperate. It was the Blues' fault. They had to run at the same time as yours. Blame St.
I'm-
Louis.
I am all for self promotion, but not when we're on stream. Don't tell people to go elsewhere. Our own mod is our traitor.
Piglet. Okay, see you in the fall. Yeah, it's going to be a long off season because hockey's dead to us. By the way, real quick, before so now that this Rockets Warriors series is over, I want to go back to the odds for Minnesota Golden State. One, we have the series odds already out, fluctuating.
I'm hoping people are crazy.
Scotty, do you have? I don't know if you've looked at the odds yet.
I have not looked. I want to fire on Minnesota so bad. Give me good odds.
Minnesota going to Golden State.
No, they.
Oh
they're
no
gonna
no!
be at
Or,
home.
I mean at home. I'm sorry.
Yep. They're the higher
in the
seeds.
in
Six.
the higher seed. So Minnesota is a minus 158 to win the series.
Love that.
Golden State plus 134 to win the series. Now the game one already spread is getting, it's fluctuating. 5.5 Minnesota home favorites in game one.
I assume they play Tuesday. They must.
They play Tuesday.
They have to.
Tuesday at 7:30. Yep, Mountain Time, 9:30 Eastern.
The only time that matters.
The only time
That's
that
what-
matters.
I don't even know why people put Eastern time on, like when they talk about game times. They should just put
They should
Mountain.
just put
That's
Mountain.
where everyone is.
It's a
Everyone's in the Mountain time
central.
zone.
It's a centralized time that.
Well, don't say Central.
Yeah,
because that's
I
a
guess that's
different time zone,
confusing.
Chris.
Yeah, Central's average at best. Yeah, so 5.5, and they are.
That's what time is the best time.
We don't
Shut.
have to do that. We don't have to do this again.
You're the forgotten time zone.
but still the best.
But if you look across the landscape of every playoff series in their games, Boston favored by 9, OKC favored by 9.5, Cleveland favored by 9.5, and then Minnesota is favored by 5. Like everything's 9s in these early games.
Minnesota getting disrespected at 5.5 against a Golden State team that I just don't think they're that good. I don't.
I don't believe in Golden State.
I love Steph Curry. Steph Curry is one of my favorite players in the league. Respect the hell out of him. Love him. Like I was happy when Golden State went through their little run of titles, but this team isn't it. It's just not it. Yeah,
I like T-Wolves in this series. I think they've been clicking a lot. I mean, you got Anthony Edwards. I mean, you can make an argument. He's the best player in the series. I mean, Steph Curry might have something to say about that, but Steph Curry has had a couple games here and there in the series where he hasn't shot very well, and he's been kind of pedestrian. But Jimmy Butler's been picking up a lot of the slack for Golden State. So, yeah, Minnesota, that could be an interesting one. I think it's at least a 6-game series. I think Minnesota still is the team in that series that I would pick to go. And then
I could see Minnesota winning in 5.
I don't hate that take.
It could be that short.
And you could actually
be a home game for Minnesota. They sweep at home and split in Golden State and then take care of business at home again.
Here's the thing. Take a look at this. Series correct score. Minnesota Timberwolves 4-1. You're getting almost just under 4.5 to 1 on your money.
I actually want more than that, though. I thought that would be higher.
The sweep is
sometimes the series odds they price it so it's taking any of those bets is just bad.
Yeah,
they price it poorly where it's not worth it to take it, even if you think you're right.
Yeah,
that should be higher than 4-1 for Minnesota to win in 5 games against Golden State. Should be higher than 4.5 to 1.
I mean, Denver. If I were to pick my heart, what I think could the best case scenario for Denver?
Nugs in 6.
13 to 1. That's value.
That is value.
That's
value. Pull the trigger on that, Chris.
A little sprinkle on your 13.
Heart. Follow your heart. No, not a little sprinkle. I want.
Lay it on.
I want lay the account on that. Whatever you got left in there, Chris.
I'm gonna bet everything on 4-2 Nuggets series win.
So, breaking news: the 2027 draft will be held by the Washington Commanders.
Washington Commanders.
Nobody wants to go to DC these days.
They've picked some weird. I mean, between Green Bay now Washington.
I bet once Denver gets their new state, well, they don't even need a new stadium because it's not at the stadium. I'm surprised Denver hasn't got it yet, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm surprised. 2026 was between Pittsburgh and Denver, so I figured Denver would get 2027.
It'll happen. It'll
definitely happen. It's just I'm surprised they haven't had it yet. But DC, I mean, they're rewarding the new ownership and all that, but I don't want to go to DC.
Well, luckily for you, you're always on a trip to some place during that time.
Here's where it gets interesting, Chris. So what I found out now is that trip will now line up 3 of the next 6 years for me with our kids' first communion, I think.
Oh, I see.
So, yeah, don't know what we do with that, but and everyone's like, "What is that?" It doesn't matter.
Just a little thing.
We can't miss that, so we'll have to figure out how we. And maybe we'll see. Maybe they changed the dates of the first communion, but this year it lined up. So I'm just assuming it's going to line up.
Interesante.
Not great.
Crazy. Okay, well, There you go. Maybe
I want the draft to like line up with Easter weekend, so then the trip won't be that weekend, and First Communion won't be that weekend.
we can really dive in, and it'll be a better draft. Maybe we'll have some better players coming out of that draft. Okay, guys. So, guys, if you're enjoying the show, if you're hanging out with us, if you're enjoying the NBA and what was NHL talk, just hit that follow button. If you're hockey fans, don't. Because
it's okay. I'll force them to talk hockey more.
Because
hockey's
ship has sailed.
Avs pissed me off too much. I can't even look at hockey right now.
Yeah.
After that choke job. They're so much better than the Stars.
They
I can't believe they lost that series.
If it makes you feel better, and
it doesn't.
Series, hang on. During this other series, the Blues were also the better team throughout the whole series and still lost. So you're not alone.
No, it doesn't.
You are not alone.
But it doesn't make me feel. It doesn't make me feel better.
Yeah.
Doesn't make. I could care less about the Blues.
Yeah.
And their pain. I feel pain.
And
part of it is just to be honest. It's like just nice to have something to like. Oh, I know. Tonight I get to watch an Avs playoff game. Like. That's a huge aspect of it. It's just the knowledge of like, oh, I have something to look forward to this evening with the Avs playing the playoff game. Get to watch that. That'll be a lot of fun.
Slowly,
hockey season's over.
So slipping away, and we got only one hope now.
What's your one hope?
It's the Denver Nuggets. It's like there are Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're our only hope.
Thank goodness I have the Chiefs.
Well, and you know what's interesting? I was talking about this to a couple people, and the Broncos are in an interesting spot where I feel there's more hype. I feel more excited about the Broncos season this year, more so than I have in the last 10 years, 5 years.
Since Peyton Manning.
Since the Super Bowl.
And I'm actually looking forward to that because everyone's going to be so excited and then they'll disappoint.
Well, here's the thing is well, we haven't had anything to get excited about. So when it's a deep dark depression for me typically in this time of year when the Nuggets and the Avs get eliminated because then I'm like the Broncos I can't even look forward to because they stink.
Broncos are busy like hyping up Case Keenum and
you can't
Joe Flacco
training camp.
You can't get excited about Jared Stidham,
Teddy Bridgewater,
Stidham, and all these guys. Like you can't get excited about that, but. Last year, I still tempered my expectations because it's a rookie. It's like, yeah, they're still going to be bad, but they'll be, we got a rookie. We'll see what that. There's some interest in the how he's going to be.
Sophomore slump,
and so that's where I was like, okay, Chris, this is the year.
Did I tell you on the other show that they are? I believe I heard. I forget where I heard it from, but I believe the Broncos, and I think this is certifiably insane. Are the number 5 team in odds to win the AFC this next year. I think that's insane, to be clear. But I do think I saw that. I didn't look myself, but I saw that someone on some channel said that. Like just saying the odds, not what they thought.
To represent the AFC?
Represent the
They're
AFC
not top.
in the
not
Super
according to
Yeah, you told us they're third.
Did I?
No,
no, Chris, they are 5th on DraftKings. It's Buffalo, Baltimore, KC, Cincy, Denver.
FanDuel's
That's insane.
FanDuel's
they're in front of the Chargers, who they finished behind last year. They're in front of the Houston Texans.
FanDuel has them behind Houston and Chargers. They have them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What are their odds on FanDuel to win the AFC?
14-1.
Okay, they're 12-1 on DraftKings. Chargers are 13-1. Texans are 18-1 on DraftKings.
Yeah, I have a completely different here. Here's the odds according to FanDuel Sportsbook right here. So they have Baltimore, Buffalo, KC, Cincy, Houston. Let me open this up a little bit. Cincy, Houston, LA, and Denver. Weirdly enough, Pittsburgh's behind Denver here. That's kind of The fact that Pittsburgh.
I mean, this is how bad the
That's
AFC is. New England is 28-1. Actually, the Steelers are 20-1 on DraftKings. New England in front of the Dolphins. New England is 9th. Dolphins 10th to win the AFC.
How are these so different? How are that's interesting.
Yours is too small. I can't even see it. So I don't know. Buffalo and Baltimore are both plus 350 on DraftKings. What are they on FanDuel?
Here we go.
360 and 370.
Here we go.
360 and 370. So bet them on if you like them, which you should.
390.
Yeah. So here we go. 360.
They're 370. So if you like any of those favorites, you should go to FanDuel, not DraftKings.
Yeah. Yeah, Denver's behind Houston. Houston and LA 13-1, Denver 14-1. So, yeah, I mean, I guess this kind of showcases how you want to bet these, like, shop around for better numbers in some of these instances, because
DraftKings has better numbers on the underdogs, where FanDuel has better numbers if you want to bet the favorites.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Good to know. But I mean, I guess long story short, I think Broncos fans should be more excited this year. Now, I was also saying, like, the rookies or the sophomore slump. There might be a sophomore slump, but the sophomore slump compared to like Jaden Daniels or CJ Stroud, because they had such skyrocket like rookie seasons. They were so good that it's so hard to get that much better the second season after the tape comes out, after everything. Like, their fall is a lot further than like a Bo Nix, who had a good season, really. Like, he was good. Will he have a step back? Yeah, but maybe it's not as drastic as what your expectations are for like a Jaden Daniels, who you expect to be at the top of that division, because what he did, he got you to a playoffs. He got you that far into the playoffs, and you know the expectations there. It's gonna be high. So Bo Nix doesn't have that kind of a scenario that some of these other young quarterbacks had from their rookie to their sophomore season. Anyways, we're off track. We're on NFL, which, I mean, we can talk about anything you guys want. So yeah,
week 1's coming up, right?
Week 1. Well, we
schedule release is coming soon. So
it's going to be not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday.
So next Wednesday, we'll be reviewing all the. We did that last year. We're reviewing all of our schedule videos. We did that last year. That was. We got to start that show early. We got to get through that one, because that one takes a while. But we're gonna go and watch all those, guys. Just a programming reminder that we will not be live Wednesday. We're going to be live Thursday for our show. I will be traveling back from a work trip, so I won't get home until like 9 o'clock on Wednesday. We're going to have our main Wednesday show pushed to Thursday, and we'll be watching maybe some of the game. Maybe we'll watch a playoff game. I don't know who's playing Thursday. We might have, if it would be Rockets. No, it'd be Warriors and T-Wolves Thursday. Maybe we could do a live watch. I can't talk. Watch party.
We can also watch a hockey game.
Negatory.
Hockey season has concluded.
Nope. And we are.
It's over.
Nope.
That's too damn bad.
It's too damn bad for you, Rec. Too damn bad for hockey, because that ship has sailed. You should take an edible for that one. Hey, don't threaten me for a good time.
Hey, we still gotta get you on the weed baseball stream. See what kind of analytics you can come up with.
Hey guys, how about this?
See what baseball games you're on then.
If we get 10 subs, I'll do an edible on the schedule release show, and we'll watch all of the schedule releases, and I'll do an edible for that show.
10 subs from now until like Sunday stream.
Until
that Wednesday stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Sounds good.
10 subs.
Chris wants help Chris out. He wants to do an edible, guys. He wants to do it. Help him out.
Let's just hope I can run the show. Let's just hope I can run the show from a production standpoint. We'll see. We'll see. It'll be interesting, probably. But yeah, that'll be our sub goal, our newest sub goal, and I'll start planning out my snacks too for that.
Gotta plan out all the snacks.
All the snacks. All right, so 10 subs between tonight and next Sunday. Last stream before schedule release, and Chris will take an edible. Yep, and we could post that in the Discord. Post it wherever, and we'll have fun with it. I mean, I'm sure I'll have a blast, and maybe not so much on some videos. Because what do we have to expect? We have the Chargers are going to put, and they're going to do their anime video, right? They're going to do their anime
last year
thing.
It was the Sims.
It was the what?
Yeah, no, the Chargers that'll be the best edible one typically because they get weird with it.
They get weird for sure,
and I respect it, but they get weird with it. That'll be good for an edible. Black Market just arrived. Who you got, Wolves or Warriors?
We got Wolves.
I got Wolves in 5.
He's got Wolves in 5. I don't know if I'm that
Wolves
confident.
In 5.
I took Wolves in 6. So I think the Warriors might get a game.
You two should do a bet over under 5.5 games.
Well, I'm getting that's aggressive for me. Should just be over under 6.
He's going 6, so
6 even though because like Wolves in 5 is aggressive.
It is kind of.
But I still think that's what is most likely. But still, that's aggressive. I mean, yeah, I think the Wolves roll. Black Market. By the way, I'm cheering for the Nuggets to take down your Thunder. Yeah, of course you are.
Yeah, and
as everyone should.
Everyone should. And Black Market, we're rooting for the Warriors, even though we know they're not going to probably win that series. We would love the Warriors to beat that. The like from a Nuggets standpoint.
Minnesota.
Chris after Nuggets. Chris after Avalanche. That's exactly right. B Smoke.
I couldn't even enjoy the Nuggets win. And it was so comfortable that it was like weirdly anticlimactic for Game 7. Like I was obviously thrilled they won, but like it was over. Like midway through the third quarter, where I was just like, "All right, focus on the Avs now. Avs are doing great. The vibes are high. Everything's going our way. We're gonna win 2 Game 7s." And then things happened.
It went from being one of the best nights in Colorado sports history to
not horrible, but not what it could have been.
We
still got the Nuggets. I mean, obviously, it would have been horrible if they both lost Game 7. That would have been depressing.
Oh, that I wouldn't. I'm not gonna lie. I may not have gone to work the next day.
Well, that's today, Chris. So, did you work today?
I definitely wouldn't have gone to work the next day. No.
We may not have streamed. We might have just
we might have canceled this stream. Yeah, maybe that's what I was referring to. Work. This is work, right? It's fun work.
A pain in the ass.
It's fun work. But yeah, I mean, if you, in case you're just joining us, I do have high expectations that it'll be a competitive series with the Thunder and the Nuggets. So, Joker.
Chris predicted Nuggets in 4. So,
Nuggets in 4.
Yeah, that'll go as well as your
Joker. It's not that I'm not. If we beat the Thunder, I think I'm not terrified of the Wolves, and I still think we match up better with the Wolves without Cat and with Julius Randle. However, I just think the Wolves are a much better team than the Warriors right now. That's why I'd rather have the Warriors. But the Nuggets have their hands full right now. Best record in the league going at them. And not only best record, but how many games did they lose? Like 12? What'd they lose?
It's something stupid like that.
Yeah, it was.
They only lost 14.
14.
Yeah.
68-14.
I mean, that's one of the best records
in the history of the NBA. That's the inverse of the Pistons last year.
Either way, OKC, NBC, Mediterranean Sea, Nuggets in 5. Hey.
There you go.
Let's go.
We'll have to check with Shannon and what he thinks. Oh wait, it's hard. You can't hear from him these days.
he gone. That's a spicier situation. Remember when you said it would be easier to beat the Wolves because they didn't have Cat anymore? Now you're scared.
That's what
I was referencing.
Yeah.
We need Charles to be on the Thunder pretty hard.
Charles.
Every time we picked the Clippers, the Nuggets took care of business. So love that. Love Charles being on the other side, and I love Charles Barkley. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah,
the dude. He's a great analyst. He's just entertaining.
He's a good analyst. He's not good at picking the right side. That's why he sucks. That's why he loses all his money in gambling, right? He loses all of his money. You don't want to trust his picks. You can trust his analysis. And that's about as far as that goes. As a Heat fan, I'm going to enjoy the Warriors-Wolves series. I think Warriors and Wolves could be... It's not going to be as interesting as the Nuggets-Thunder. But if you're comparing it to the Eastern Conference, yeah, I think it's going to be... This could be an okay series.
We'll see. The Pacers Cavs flipped a little bit today. Where that
that. I mean, I want a long series for that one. I think that would be fun. A fun series
and we'll see. I mean, the Knicks are a super talented team, so maybe they can hang with the Celtics. They didn't play great, obviously, against the Pistons, but maybe being an underdog now will free them up to play a little better.
Man, I really...
Okay, so it's still just a bit. You haven't fixed that. Good to know.
It's weird. It's different on Twitch back end. It's kind of Vladislav got that one, nailed it.
Yep.
Is it? Give me a second on this. Let me take a look at this word.
Namstenikov. I don't know.
No, it's going to be an extra weird syllables probably. So it's like it's not noms. It's Namistinikov. No, it's
You're overthinking it.
Namstinikov.
Namisnikov.
Namistikov.
I should.
We both should have got that.
Yeah.
I just Brendan.
But that sounds like a hockey player, and hockey's over. So why are we worried about it?
Because we can.
Wolves fans are going to drive Butler nuts. I mean, that was the story. I mean, have we had a really good series between these two teams with... No, not really. I mean, because we all remember the Jimmy Butler exit out of Minnesota, right? We all remember that, where he was literally telling Cat he was trash and in the practice. And
well, he's always made a good exit from...
Yeah, he's always made great exits, but that was a fun one. I mean, the way Jeff Teague talks about that story and how he would play with the second team and beat the first team and talk trash to him and say, you guys are trash. Like that. I mean, that's going to be a hostile environment for the Warriors. That'll be a fun game one in Minnesota. They're not going to forget that they had to, they got Jimmy Butler out of there and he did not leave quietly into the night. Let's see. Even if the Thunder win, Jokic will give the Nuggets 1 to 2 wins alone. There's a black market. Wolves.
He's gonna have to play better. He didn't. I'm gonna be honest. He did not.
Nope.
In my opinion, he did not play well in this series against the Clippers, and the Nuggets still won. If Jokic can wake up, and granted, his worst field goal percentage in the regular season was against Zubats.
Yeah.
So, and that kind of continued in the postseason. Now, hopefully, he's freed up a little. He doesn't have that matchup anymore, and he plays better just from a shooting perspective. as I said before. Like, he's got to shoot the ball better. He missed some shots. And, like, the free throw line. I don't know
what's going on with the free throws?
On the line at the free throw line with him right now, but, like, he is a mess at the free throw line right now.
Yeah, it's not good. The free throws, I mean, he was shooting upwards of 87%, 86, 87% in the regular season. And then all of a sudden he's down, I think, to like the 70s, like the low to mid 70s. And we're like, what is happening with this? Part of me thinks it's because, I mean, he's just dead tired because he's doing so much. But then I don't know. It's hard for me to figure that one out. That one's strange. Also, too, by the way, Black Market. Yeah, good call.
Patrick is in another fraudulent off-season. Also, will the Wolves advance to the finals?
If they play the Nuggets, they will.
Thank you, Evil, for the 200 biddies.
Shut up, Evil.
Patrick.
Don't even want those biddies. They're gonna talk nonsense like that. But, no, fraudulent off season. I was arguing. My son's 8, and his flag football team were talking, and they were like, Lamar Jackson's better than Pat Mahomes. I'm like, oh, really? I forgot all the times Lamar played in a Super Bowl. Remind me again, because Pat's been in 5. They're like, but some 8-year-old kid, and I'm arguing with him. It's not a high
over kids now.
Not a high point for me, but he's like, did you see that play against the Bengals where Lamar fumbled and then picked it back up and then threw a touchdown? I'm like, he fumbled. Don't fumble the ball. What are you talking about?
Same thing if Mahomes did that.
But Mahomes wins, and Lamar hasn't won shit outside of some fraudulent MVP trophies.
Lamar better than Patrick.
Get out of here, Evil. Get out of here, Evil.
To your second point, also, will the Wolves advance to the finals? If the Nugget, the best,
I think they lose. I think they win this next series. They lose.
The Thunder. The best route they have is hoping the Nuggets win.
For sure.
If you
Not that
want,
they can't beat the Thunder either, but I think the Thunder would beat them.
If you want the Wolves to make it to the finals, you are the biggest Nuggets fan on earth for this series. I'll tell you that. That's your best chance.
Joker's like, we have a superstar. Well, a lot of people would debate that the MVP of this year and the Thunder, or the 3-time MVP of the Nuggets, are also superstars.
I will say, I did forget the Draymond and Rudy rivalry here. I mean, Draymond's talked a lot of shit about Rudy in social media, on interviews, post-game press conferences. Might be some spicy.
They're both gonna touch each other in the balls in this series.
Yeah.
I can feel it all the way down in my plums.
On purpose. They're both gonna do cheap shots to the nuts. Both of them. I don't like either guy. But they'll both have a cheap shot or two in this series towards each other.
Oh yeah,
it's inevitable.
There will be some dust ups in this series. I guarantee it.
Rec, I don't think you know what the word "fun fact" means. the term "fun fact."
I know exactly what it means.
It's not quite a fun
Rockies.
fact.
We were riding high with a 2-game winning streak. We've lost a few since then.
Yeah.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
It's more.
I mean, hey, it's very fun for Chris, who always wants to see people fail in the most hilarious ways possible.
Well, I do. I mean, you're right. I mean, when it's bad, I want it to be bad. So, I mean, here's the thing: the Rockies. Let's just put it out there: the Rockies aren't going to do anything this year. If you're going to go bad, you might as well do it the best you can. You be the best at doing the worst, and then you'll be good.
Beat the White Sox.
Except they'll lose the lottery, because that's just the Rockies have never done well in the lottery since they started the lottery in baseball a few years back.
The Rockies will be the best at something. Losing.
Joker, keep doubting the Wolves. That's fine with me. I don't think we're doubting.
We had the Wolves winning the series. We have the Wolves beating OKC.
By saying we don't think they'll make the finals,
the Warriors
isn't. I don't know if that's hate. They're a 6 seed. I don't think that's. Could they make the finals? They absolutely could. They absolutely could. Yeah. I don't think we're hating the Wolves. At all.
No,
they're very, very good.
We're just.
And I think they roll over the Warriors. So I'm not hating on the Wolves here.
And we're just.
But you're one of those people that loves
the chip,
feeding off the
chip.
the underdog chip thing, chip on the shoulder. No one believes in us when we are literally saying on the stream, like, the Wolves are good. They're a threat for sure.
So we're just saying what the Wolves have for, if you have the best case scenario for the Wolves, the best case scenario would be Denver winning because you guys have dominated Denver. So if you want that clear path to the NBA Finals, that's what you're looking for. That's the easy. I mean, the path of less resistance
for them, because they got manhandled in the Western Conference Finals by a Dallas team last year that was not that good. They should have beat Dallas. After they beat Denver, I thought they were going to beat Dallas. Dallas was not that good of a team last year. And Ant said he was tired, so maybe, they played 7 games against Denver, so maybe they'll be less tired if they can roll through the Warriors after a 5-game, series against the Lakers, and they're a little more rested. But, the Wolves are a little up and down, all right? Little up and down. They should have been in the finals last year. Should have.
Yeah.
There's no reason they should have lost to that Dallas team.
Joe Quills could be worse. Watch the Sixers end up 7th in the draft lottery, and OKC gets that pick. OKC is still loaded with everything. It's actually wild to know that they have so many assets. It's crazy, and they're so good right now. Let's see. You can have the Wolves beating OKC too. They could. OKC would be the biggest challenge for them. That would be the biggest challenge for them.
Ironically, they're just blaming it all on the guy that's not there anymore, and Cat.
Cat definitely held us back.
All Cat's fault. Let's ignore that Anthony Edwards was dog shit in that Western Conference Finals. Let's just ignore that.
The Wolves absolutely should have been the finals last year. I think Boston would have still won.
It actually pissed me off watching the Western Conference Finals because I was like, where was that Anthony Edwards against us?
We always get that.
Why couldn't he miss all those shots he missed against the wide open looks that he was nailing against the Nuggets, and then against the Mavs, he's like, nah, I'm good. I won't make
That's how it always is. The Nugget. Remember that year?
Evil Cat was crying a ton. Cat's always cry. That's what Cat does.
Cat, yeah, that's his thing.
You won series where he was crying. That's not why you lost, because he was crying. He always cries. Anthony Edwards sucked. That's why you lost. He sucked in that series last year in the Western Conference Finals. Come on now. Put some blame on the guy that was supposed to carry you.
And now he's a playoff, right? I mean, talking about all the best playoff players, Jamal, playoff, whatchamacallit?
There's another playoff player.
Well, it used to be you had playoff Jimmy, right? You used to have playoff Jimmy. I don't know if he's still the same category that he used to be when he was in Miami necessarily, but playoff Jimmy was he was a different player in the playoffs. And then, now you have Anthony Edwards, who I think he elevates his game. He's been trying and he's been getting better at elevating his game as the years have gone on. He's had
he did go 0 for 10 in their game.
It was bad
from 3. 0 for 10 from 3. In that game.
He's streaky. He's streaky. He's still scary though.
Oh, I've always said Anthony Edwards is the most. He might be the most talented guy in the league. He might have the highest upside of anyone in the league. His athleticism combined with his shot making and his just ridiculous arrogance and confidence.
Yeah. But Jamal
is a dangerous thing.
Jamal has the highest. He raises his 3-point percentage, all of his stats. It's a historic difference between regular season and playoffs than any other player. When he goes, I think he shoots 5% better from 3 than the regular season, and no player is close to that kind of a difference in how he elevates his game in the playoffs. We need that against OKC. We need him to go off against OKC. He's going to be a wild card. I think Michael Porter Jr. is going to need to. He worries me a little bit. That's the one thing His defense has always kind of been questionable here and there, but he needs to be able to shoot lights out. And he, with that shoulder on that opposite left shoulder,
Because the Nuggets are basically 6 deep, and then a splash of Peyton Watson here and there.
splash of Peyton.
They're like 6.5 deep.
So the only 3 players they brought off the bench regularly were Peyton and Westbrook mainly, and then they had DeAndre play some minutes here and there, where he was having a little bit of a run just to get Jokic some breather. But that was basically it. They were running an 8-man lineup, and even then it wasn't truly 8. Like it was basically the starting 5, Westbrook, sprinkle of Peyton Watson, and a very light dusting of DJ. That was it. And that's all I think they're going to be running against OKC. I mean, it's going to be an interesting series. But I will say the Nuggets as a team has been playing some of the best team basketball between Game 7 and Game 5 when they blew them out again. Those 2 games. I would say those were the 2 most complete games. And those were, weirdly enough, the games that Jokic kind of took a step back. But those were some of the best team wins. And even Jokic not having big games, he still impacted the game of like the flow of the game and being able to get guys open. And he still had his assists. He still had things that he was doing. He just didn't score like we're typically used to seeing. But he still had an impact on the game that wasn't in the stat sheet with his picks, the way he plays, his steals. He had a lot of steals. He had 18 steals in the series, Scotty. 18 over the course of a 7-game series. That's pretty damn good, the way he's been getting into those lanes and creating some turnovers. So this is the best team basketball they've played all season, which is another reason why I feel like they could be an interesting matchup here.
Nugs and 4.
Yeah, I'm more a Nuggets and 6 guy, but I even that's aggressive. I know. Ant needs refinement, like a lot. He'll learn. He's a young kid, man. He's a young kid. He's 23, 24, 23. He's a pup.
He's got to be 24 by now. He's been in the league for it feels like 5 years.
He is 23.
Damn.
He's a pup. By the way, when he's 26, 27, 28, whatever team he's on, look out. If he's still on the Wolves, look out. The Wolves will be that team. He will be so good. It's just a matter of time. If he's playing this well, this quick at 23, I mean, all the best players very rarely win titles that young. Nobody wins titles that young, even unless you're like Kobe or something like that. But you don't win your title years. Your title years are usually 26, 27, 28. Those are the title years for superstars in the NBA. That's where it really turns into something special. So you got time. You got plenty of time to enjoy.
Yeah. So
Anthony Edwards.
And just get out, Minnesota. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Yeah.
We don't need you anymore. But also you're gonna beat the Warriors, so
yeah. You guys will take care of business against the Warriors.
I'm gonna lay a bet. They're only like minus 140, 150. Is that what you said?
The Warriors
to win the series. Or the T-Wolves against the Warriors.
The T-Wolves in the West playoffs, they were, you missed out on the value. It was minus 156. Now it's minus 186.
Just jumping just like that.
It's jumping fast.
Yep.
So you might have.
Does that jump make you want to lean the other side now?
No.
I don't see an avenue where the Warriors win that series.
Yeah,
I don't think the Warriors have a chance there. They beat a young, inexperienced, first-time playoff team in the Rockets that also sat their guys for the last week and a half of the season. I think it was more about the Rockets playing poorly than the Warriors playing that well, and it went 7. So
Yeah. What about Steph?
Well,
I mean,
Steph's great. Steph's great, but like he's not enough. He's not enough.
yeah,
I
you know who I think is it where it's going to come down to it. I think Buddy Hield is going to struggle against like a Jaden McDaniels. I think
they're not going to waste Jaden McDaniels on Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield's just a spot up guy. Just
or they throw him on Brandon Podziemski or I mean,
put Jaden on Steph.
You could, yeah, you could. I mean,
put Jaden on Steph
or Nickeil Walker-Alexander. I mean, he can be thrown on a couple. I mean, they like their point of attack defense around the perimeter. I think is going to give Golden State it's not a great matchup for them because they like to try to get. I mean, Steph roaming around, he can kind of get himself open and create, off, some of these plays, some of these sets. But I just don't know if they can consistently get past the length of those point of attack
bigger.
defenders.
I think Naz Reid is one of the most underrated guys in the NBA.
Naz Reid
is.
I mean, Draymond's going to have to deal with Naz and Rudy. I mean, over the course of a series too. I think there's just matchup problems all over the place, and Steph can only do so much. I think Buddy Hield is going to struggle in this series. Brandon Podziemski is going to struggle. He might be he might struggle less than some of these other guys, but I just don't see it. I don't see it. I think the Wolves are the team in this series. They should win. But you got to jump on that number before it gets even higher. It might have got out of your. You should have bet it at minus 156.
Probably.
Meanwhile, Denver's still 6-1. So I'm not losing value on Denver until they steal game 1. I think that's going to be the if Denver's going to come in and try to change, if they want to make an impact, they got it. Knocking them out game 1 would be huge for the confidence for the Nuggets going into this series. It would be huge, and it's going to be we'll see. It's the telltale age of or story of rest versus momentum. That's it. Is the rested team going to be better, or is the team that's been in a rhythm going to be better? Or is it going to be rusty for the team that's been sitting? Or is it going to be fatigue for the team that's been playing? Which one is it? That's what we're going to find out in game 1 with Denver OKC. It's by far the best series, I think, in the entire playoffs remaining right now. I don't know if there's a better series. Boston, New York, Boston should win. Cleveland, Pacers could be. I think Cleveland Pacers is the next best series, but I still think Cleveland should. I mean, they're minus 215 to win that series. That's not a big margin.
After losing game 1.
After losing game,
a pretty high number.
Yeah.
What's the biggest challenge for the Nuggets? Defense.
The biggest
stopping the Thunder in general.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, I think a key matchup will be Christian Brown. I think they're going to put him on SGA a ton, knowing Christian Brown was on James Harden, and he's going to be a key to how they guard Shea. Shea's going to be trying to foul grift as much as possible, get Christian into foul trouble. I think there's going to be a lot of that, but also the refs, if it's ref the same way the Clippers series was, it's going to be tougher for Shea. Hey, Chairman! Welcome in, Chairman.
3 years
Shout out to
old.
Chairman. Go give him a follow if you haven't already.
That's 1 out of 10.
That's 1 out of 10, yeah. 9 more.
He didn't even know you were going to
Didn't even know.
He did. He saw it in the chat.
Oh, never mind. Maybe I'll do one. Who knows?
Who knows? Let's go.
Yeah, Chairman just said in the Discord that he went to the spouse AMA stream.
That's gonna be a subathon type stream. That might be a 30 subs in minimum. Because we got to convince them to actually come on the stream.
Convince them,
and they got to.
My wife needs to behave. I don't know if I trust her to behave on this stream. She's just gonna be shitting on me like all of you guys.
You know what? Here, hold on, wait.
That's exactly what we warned.
We have currently.
Perfect.
All right. Here's the deal. We have 12 subscribers to this channel right now. If we get to 50 subscribers, if we can get, and it's not, it just whenever, if we can get to 50 subscribers that are subscribed to the channel at one time, we'll try to convince. No, we will convince the wives to come on.
Do you think if we're at 49, Rec would pull the trigger to get to 50, or he's just like, nah, I can't do it?
Rec, do you know the answer to that question?
Well, I guess we'll find out if we get to that point. Gotta keep it a surprise.
If we can crack 50 subs, we're at 12. If we can crack 50, we'll get the wives on for a show. There it is. That's the ticket. So we got we got a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. And by long way, I mean 40.
Nicely done, Chris. That was great.
Yeah. 38 subs.
38 subs.
So there you go. Any other questions, guys, in the chat? Well, again, tomorrow night, Scotty, what are you doing tomorrow night? Game one.
Watch the Nugs, probably. I don't have plans. What time? I'm assuming it's a late game, but I guess I don't know what time it's at tomorrow.
The game tomorrow is going to be at the 7:30 Mountain Time. The only time that matters. 7:30. That's a decent time. So we have. I mean,
yeah. So probably start about 7:50.
Probably start about 7:50. Because you'll have the Boston, New York series. That's
well, when we're not waiting on you, Scotty, we usually start about 8:45 Central Time. Maybe even.
I think my wife is going to. I think my wife's going to Game 3.
You know what? I don't know what tickets I have to. Hold on. I gotta make sure.
You go to so many basketball games that you don't even know what game you go to anymore.
Well, they give me a random game every series. Like, at least with my tickets that I have, they usually give me a random. So I had home game 2, the first round. This round I have. Let's find out. Either way. A little drum roll, please.
Okay, Lab Rats mission understood. Let's get to 50. That's not a drum roll. That sounds more like Chewbacca.
Let's see. Actually, I don't think it's released yet.
Oh.
No. So I guess we'll see.
They're not giving you tickets.
Maybe I don't have tickets. Maybe.
Nope.
Yep.
You're not allowed to go anymore.
Guess not. Guess I'm watching them.
You're going to the clincher, home game 3, right, Chris?
That's right. I mean, that's the money game right there. That's the money game. All right, guys. Well, Chairman. Okay, Lab Rats, mission understood. Let's get to 50. All right, 50. It's the magic number. Actually, it's not 50. It's 38. 38 is the magic number because that's the countdown. So 38 more subs, and it's got to be 50. So if some of you fall off of your subs, if you're subscribed monthly and it falls off, that matters. We got to be
9 more subs until a stoner stream.
We got to hit 50. So 9 more subs until the stoner stream for the NFL schedule release. So we have a lot of sub goals here, guys. Let's go. Let's get the subs rolling in. Maybe we do a subathon at some point coming up here. Maybe it's on Thursday. Maybe we do a subathon on Thursday and we have some fun. Who knows? All right. So that being said, I think we're going to end the night there, ladies and gentlemen. We've been live for 2 hours on the dot, basically. And we got to get you guys out of here so you can enjoy the rest of your start of your work week.
The rest of the start.
Rest of the start.
You mean go to bed?
Rest,
So you can enjoy the rest of your weekend.
your sleep. We won't keep you up much longer. But you can catch us in the Discord. You can hit that follow button so you know when we go live. By the way, no stream Wednesday. It will be Thursday on the next show. So we are off for 4 days. I'm traveling back home Wednesday from a work trip, and I will see you. Scotty will he might be here too. Who knows? I'll try to convince him.
Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe Sky can try and run the stream on Wednesday.
But I don't have. It's all inside Chris's computer. That's the problem.
Plus,
in the computer.
Plus, Rach will enjoy a nice night, Wednesday night, probably. Yeah. She'll enjoy that. So
I can't do Thursday if I do Wednesday. Should be.
Yeah, it's one or the other. So we're gonna try to go for Thursday this week. That's your birthday, Piglet. All right, well, let's go. Let's celebrate your birthday.
And that's exactly why.
That's exactly why. Why? See, we knew.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Piglet. And then Scott, yeah, we're working on the Jake Moody jersey for you, right? So.
Oh, that's right, Piglet. You want a Jake Moody jersey.
Jake Moody. Scotty will DM you in the Discord.
It's hard to find. I'm searching.
You can always just make a custom jersey.
I'm aware. I'm joking. Thank you, Breck.
No problem. Happy to help.
And I made it home from Florida.
Breck?
Good job.
Breck, how many times have you worn the jersey we got you?
Couple times.
Just a couple? Just a couple?
That's maybe one more time than I would have expected.
Yeah. You should be wearing that all the time.
I got other jerseys to wear.
No, not like that one. That one's your best jersey.
Now my best one, I got a few. I got Palomalu, I got Trent Jordan Vart, got Zach Frazier, the newest stud.
Yep, none of those are as good as Tomlin.
Tomlin's your guy, Rick. I don't know why you're always just so down on him. You know,
I wonder why.
That's your guy. That's your guy. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's get out of here. Let's roll some credits for you guys.
And while you do that, who do you think is going to win the Stanley Cup now?
Don't care.
Anybody but Dallas. Anybody but Dallas. Probably. I think if I had to guess, Panthers.
Anybody but Dallas. So that means you're okay with Vegas.
Panthers repeat.
Yeah,
that would be my guess.
But yeah, my first one answer stands. Don't know, don't care. We are going to send you guys to Heavenly.
Heavenly.
She's got some
So
elf
lovely.
ears going. She's always got a new isn't she dressed as like an avocado one time?
A strawberry.
A strawberry. Oh, and she's got the face paint. She's painted all of her skin is yellow.
Pulls out all the stops.
Yet she still looks heavenly. All right, so there you go.
I was gonna say sounds, but sure. Looks too.
She's heavenly. Let's just put it that way. Go give Heavenly some love. And anybody but the Avs. Chairman, your band.
Well, now
It's too soon. Too soon.
You got your wish, Chairman.
Too soon. Good luck to your Nuggets. Thank you, Joker. Good luck to your Wolves. I mean, that series will be interesting. I mean, I don't think you'll need luck. I think they'll be fine. But there we are. So, all right, guys. We will be seeing you guys very soon. We'll see you Thursday. So between now and Thursday, go be a good person, go live in the moment, put the phone down, and enjoy the people and things around you. We don't do that enough. Enjoy the playoffs. Don't watch hockey. And
Watch all the hockey.
Yeah, Chairman. Too soon. It's too soon.
As
Well, now
John
you're
Boy
banned.
said, why watch overtime playoff hockey when you can just snort cocaine and ride a motorcycle out of a helicopter?
Yep, that's preferable.
Yeah, that's true too.
I'll do that instead.
Scotty, anything you got for him?
Nah, I appreciate you all. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you here on Thursday. Enjoy the playoff action.
Go Nuggets.
Go Nuggets.
Go hockey.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.